My name is Brendan McGloin, from Bundoran in County Donegal. I'm a stone carver. My work kind of revolves around memorial, restoration, and my own work. And it's very Celtic sort of vibe to it. I got interested while working in England on a building, and then returned to Ireland during the Celtic Tiger, and just got into building in stone, basically just stone, and then travelled to Australia then later on. I was 29, and then happened to get into a job where I was working for the Office of Public Works there, and we were hands-on, like got to get some tool work, you know, and just got a real interest for it. And came home to Ireland, and I went and studied a course in Manor Hamilton for a year, just kind of sculpture, kind of based around like bronze foundry work, clay modelling, drawing, and stone carving, you know. It's part of the sort of syllabus, and that's really got me into thinking about, you know, going a different way with it, you know, not just taking it away from the buildings and getting into just making things I liked, you know, and copying other stuff that I liked. I like working with hand tools a lot in stone, because it's kind of truer to the craft, you know. It's not to say that I wouldn't use pneumatic tools, but I have them, but I feel more in control. Again, the noise of air tools and everything associated with it, you know, is it's all bad for the health generally, you know. And it may be a bit slower, my method, but it's really a choice you got to make, you know. I've always been interested in stone and stone buildings and any artifacts associated with them, you know, like round towers and Celtic crosses, and even more pagan figures like the Janus figure in Bow Island, you know. They attract me a lot, you know. Firstly, because I don't need to go into a museum to look at them, you know. They're in my back door, really, you know. My environment, they're, you know. And that interests me a lot, you know. Even prehistoric stuff is just interesting, you know. Axe heads and adze and that. Yeah, I'm just mad about stone, really, you know. It's, for some reason, I've just, as a child, I always picked up odd things, odd shaped stones, or really nice symmetrical stones, you know, and yeah, I had them all around the window in the bedroom as a child. The process of stone carving is, it's a very methodical process. There's, you know, step by step by step to get to the end result, you know, and it's quite intense, you know. You have to stay focused. Can't be drifting off into a wee merry world of, oh, look at this, isn't it nice? You know, there's a lot of artistic sort of enjoyment out of creating and the process, you know. It's certainly not therapeutic. It's really like, you know, I can only sort of, if you were a surgeon, you know, I wouldn't say your work is therapeutic. It has to be, you've got to know what you're at, and you're taking out the right piece, you know, or in the right area. It's like stone, you know, you take the piece off, it's gone. There's no like super glue to put the nose back on. You know, you get one chance. Much like lettering on a headstone, you can't afford to spell the man's name or the lady's name incorrectly, because there's no rubber or there's no delete button, you know. So again, like lettering, it's very focused, methodical, possibly, you know, and the reward is probably the end result. And you look at it and you can sort of admire it and go, God, good job, you know, well done. And the client also is, you know, their response to it means, you know, means as much as the financial reward, you know. A happy customer, you know, will get another happy customer, you know. So creating monuments and art pieces and headstones out in the public domain is It's great, you know, because they're there for not eternity, but they're there longer than my life and my children's and their children's lifespan, you know. The stone is, I mean, we're floating on one big ball of stone, like, you know, and it's so tangible. It's beautiful to touch and feel in its roughest form and its most polished form, you know, and it's here for a long time, and it's, I guess, it leads in my, I'll be gone, but, you know, people in 100 years will go, who made that? And they go, well, Brendan McGloin. And, you know, my name will be mentioned again down the line, you know, in a good manner, you know. I might be mentioned in other manners, you know, dropped in on me, whatever. But, you know, the thing is, the stuff will be there, and, you know, for generations. And that's the beauty of it.